Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for the audience that's joining us today, and it's my pleasure to formally introduce the incoming council of the town of Fort Smith. This new team has been entrusted by our community to guide us forward with vision, determination, and commitment, and I am confident that together we're going to accomplish great things for our town. As your senior administrative officer, I look forward to working closely with each of you, providing support and expertise as we pursue our collective goals. Welcome aboard and congratulations once again. Let's make the next chapter for Fort Smith a successful one. Thank you. Did you all want to take a chance just to introduce yourself before we do the formal swearing in?
Sure.
I don't want to pick. I'm looking at you, Al.
Yes, so I'm Faith. Been a member of the community for going on 15 years now, and have been a volunteer paramedic for most of that time. And looking forward to continuing my service to the community in a new fashion. Thank you for everybody who put me here.
Patricia Heaton, front, working in town, lots of different places. Fort Smith Métis Council, formerly with Smith Landing First Nation. Yeah, I'm just happy to be included on the council, squeaked in there.
I'm Connie Benwell. I lived, born and raised here. My family got married here. I belong to Salt River First Nation. I work for Salt River First Nation as the education youth coordinator. And I'm happy to be sitting here to represent our community. And thank you all for coming, and thank you all for voting for me.
Dana Ferguson. I sat for the past 3 years on the town council. Elected this year as mayor. I'm looking forward to serving the community and giving back. Most of the volunteer organizations that I support, and I just look forward to making a difference for the next 3 years and working with this council.
I'm Mike Geezer, retired from Parks Canada, came here 30 years ago, raised my family here, and I'm really proud and excited to have an opportunity to give back to communities. It's been so good for my family. So thank you very much for all those that came out and voted, and let's see what we can do for you in the next 3 years.
Thanks, yeah, I'm Carl Cox. Fort Smith has been home for 25 plus years now, so same thing, been 5 years on the fire department here volunteering, so time to change it up and try something a little different. So thanks for everybody who voted, and I'll stick out.
Mike Coubrette. I moved to Fort Smith in 1986 and have called it home ever since, and will probably call Fort Smith home till my feet are in the grave. So represent my 4th term on council, and I look forward to continuing to serve all the constituents of Fort Smith.
Thank you, Council. One thing we did miss is the acknowledgement, but I don't actually have one in any of the drawers, so awesome. Mayor, would you do me the honor for doing this?
Sure. The mayor and council wish to acknowledge the town of Fort Smith is located within Treaty 8 territory. Treaty 8 territory also encompasses the traditional homelands of Salt River First Nation, Smith Landing First Nation, and the Indigenous Métis people of Fort Smith. These nations have maintained stewardship of the sacred lands throughout the generations, and we honor your knowledge, teachings, traditions, and the land. We're mindful that colonization has not been kind, and we respectfully recognize our generational histories and commit to strive for unity in the spirit of truth and reconciliation.
We now have, I'd like to invite the RCMP to come forward and to administer the oath.
You'd like me to go around?
Do you want to go around, or do you want to do it, line up and come up one at a time to do it? Or?
Yep. I mean, okay.
Yeah, I think one at a time. Okay, I can give it there.
You don't fall over, I fall.
Do you like it for a way? No. What do you like? Swear on the governor. Sign? Yes. Congratulations, right on. Thank you.
Are they honest?
Would you like them to read?
I kind of would. I kind of would.
We're on the Bible, or? If you could read this, please, next slide.
I, Patricia Heaton, do solemnly and sincerely promise I will duly, faithfully, and to the best of my skill and knowledge, execute the powers and trusts reposed in me as councillor of the town of Fort Smith, effective the 4th day of November, 2024.
Congratulations. Like to swear on the Bible, or?
What?
Yeah. Read this out loud, please, and stand.
I, Tony Benwell, do solemnly and sincerely promise that I will duly, faithfully, and to the best of my skills and knowledge, execute the powers and trust reposed in me as councillor of Fort Smith, effective 4th day of November, 2024.
It was more so for the signature. I'm gonna circle sworn instead of affirmed. You like to swear or affirm? Yes.
So, I, Dana Ferguson, do solemnly and sincerely promise that I'll duly, faithfully, and to the best of my skill and knowledge, execute the powers and trust imposed in me as mayor of the town of Fort Smith, effective the 4th day of November, 2024. Sworn before me?
Yes.
Do I?
I will just circle the word sworn instead of affirmed. Yes. That's it.
Okay.
Need to sign.
Okay.
Your Keezer? Yes. Would you like to swear or affirm? And if you could just read this out loud, please.
I, Mike Keiser, do solemnly and sincerely promise that I will duly, faithfully, and to the best of my skill and knowledge, execute the powers and trusts proposed to me as a councillor of the town of Fort Smith, effective the 4th day of November, 2024.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Would you like to swear or affirm?
So I, Carl Cox, do solemnly and sincerely promise that I will duly, faithfully, and to the best of my skill and knowledge, execute the powers and trust reposed in me as councillor of the town of Fort Smith, effective 4th day of November, 2024.
Congratulations. Would you like to affirm? Or sure.
I, Mike Couvrette, do solemnly and sincerely promise that I will duly and faithfully, and to the best of my skills and knowledge, execute the powers and the trust reposed in me as councillor of the town of Fort Smith, effective the 4th day of November, 2024.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yep, well, thank you very much. I'd like to invite our new mayor-elect to do a speech.
Just thank you everyone for coming and being here, so watching us get sworn in. I know that I'm looking forward to working with this new council, and there's some really great minds here, and I really like the perspectives, and I'm looking for the next 3 years to be able to serve the community, and thank you for being here today. That's it, because it's Halloween, and I know it's lunchtime, and we all want to go do something with that.
There is the opportunity for brief remarks from each counselor if they would like another opportunity to speak. Now it's post swearing in. Is anybody interested in having?
I'm good.
You're good? I'm sorry, Adam, I keep looking left first. I'll look at,
Okay.
we're all good?
I'll just make one.
Fabulous, thank you.
Okay. Being on town council, this, as I mentioned earlier, this will be my 4th term. The previous 2 terms, we served with council. And I felt, and I stated it the first day of when I sat in 2018 term, that the town really needs to revisit our vision going forward and our strategic priorities. And I am going to be dogged on that this time around. I think if we look at our strategic priorities and things, they were developed back during the term that ran from 2015 to 2018. That is almost 10 years ago. Things have changed so dramatically that I think this community deserves our attention and dedication to revisit where we're going in the future. A vision and a new plan of how we're going to get there. I think there's great opportunities for the community, but without a vision, just walking in the dark. So let's turn on the lights and make this a better community for everyone.
Did I turn into the chair after? Sure. Okay. Councilor. Okay, no.
Well, going on what Mike Corbett said, I too am going to see that this town starts moving forward. I feel that we've been just sitting idle for way too long. And I think that looking at our policies and going forward with that is a good way to start. Thank you.
Well, then, that was our closing remarks. So the date of our next meeting is November 12th
On November 13th at noon.
at noon.
At noon, and it'll be a special meeting and it's housekeeping. And then the first official council meeting will
November
be
19th.
November 19th, yes.
Okay, and then that's it. Other than on the agenda, we need official photos.
You wanna do it in front of the place?
Sure. Yeah.
This again went down.
Well, should we do it when everyone's here?
Let's do one today, and then, yeah, absolutely, we can redo it, on the 13th, when we have a full team. Yeah, we'll just.
Got a couple of hands put on the back.
What do you do? Yeah. Thanks.
Stand right here.
Anybody else interested in getting?
No,
One
no.
in.
There.